Society of Kenya has in 34-page memorandum to the Chief Justice, Martha Koome, sounded the alarm on the rise of corruption within the judiciary. The LSK, through its President Faith Odhiambo, has highlighted several complaints that it has received, including allegations that county governments, particularly in the Lake region, have judges on a payroll. Olive Barrows brings us the substance of the memo.
Days after the Kenya Magistrates and Judges Association lambasted members of the Law Society of Kenya of bullying members of the bench on social media with ulterior motives, the Law Society of Kenya President Faith Odhiambo has defended these actions as the acts of the desperate, while welcoming a recent invitation by Chief Justice Martha Koome to engage on matters that touch on the integrity of the judiciary. Odhiambo, in a 34-page memorandum, explained that repeated efforts by members of the bar through formal channels have been met with derisiveness by members of the bench. In the memorandum, Odhiambo noted the levels of corruption and misconduct within the judiciary is at the highest it has been in a while. Odhiambo highlighting unfettered bribery in the subordinate courts and the gavel in the High Court, now symbolizing an auctioneer's hammer, where justice is sold to the highest bidder. The LSK viewing with suspicion the inordinate delays in the handling of matters and pointing to the recent decisions on the Finance Act of 2023 and the IEBC Amendment Act as instances where the public was cheated. Odhiambo also turned the tables on Supreme Court Justice Isaac Lenaola, who recently blamed the political class for the inordinate delay in the reconstitution of the IEBC, by stating, and I quote, "It is imperative to note that the outstanding issue for resolution is a live matter before the court, and if resolved expeditiously, will settle the matter in entirety." The Law Society of Kenya making the case that the Judicial Service Commission has proven itself ineffective in checking misconduct in the judiciary and should be more proactive. The LSK pointing out several shortcomings, including overrepresentation of the judiciary in the JSC, with 5 of its 11 members representing the judiciary after being elected by their peers, and executive influence. Among its recommendations, including on how the rift between the bar and the bench can be remedied, is the employment of a special counsel in concert with the LSK to investigate complaints against judges and report back to the JSC. The LSK has also opposed the draft Judicial Service Processing of Petitions and Complaints Procedures Regulations 2024 on the grounds that it sets too high a threshold in determining whether a petition against a judge discloses a ground for removal. Olive Barrows, Citizen TV.
All right, from the corridor.